It's 27 minutes on to the 7 o'clock hour. This is where we say good morning to you, Grenada, Carrier, Coup, Petite Martinique, the rest of the Eastern Caribbean, the rest of the world. Love lifted me. That's what lifted me this morning. Because of His love, His grace, His mercies, I'm up. I'm on the wake-up list this morning. So too are you. Thanking God for life, for yet another day in God's green earth. And as I always say, once there is life, the possibilities are endless. Off the bat, I want to say happy birthday to a very special lady. And by extension, all those who are celebrating birthdays or whatever you're celebrating today, happy birthday to you. Happy whatever you're celebrating. Let love be the center of your doings. Reminding you that it's a good day to have a good day. In a good way. Pastor Benedict Newton, good morning to you. Yeah. Want to say good morning to my good buddy Roland Charles, Fleshy up there, up the hill. Good morning to you and all the residents up there. Good morning, Doc and Mr. Debug and everybody. Good morning. Good morning to the commissioner and the staff. Corporal McLeod, good morning to you. Mr. Decoto, good morning. As a matter of fact, I have a request, all right? I understand that on Friday is the sports, all right? Yeah, sports day. And some requests have been made as it relates to the clothing, the attire of people attending. They're asking for some laxing on it, you know, relax some of the restrictions as it relates to the clothes that they can wear to come to the event. Yeah, just, relieve some of it, if possible. I don't know what are your reasons for having adherence to that strict dress code. But on that day, as it was said, not many folks will be getting into the safe area, so they'd like to really get in on the action and, dress casually and look into it if possible. Mr. Commissioner and your team, yeah. Good morning. Hope you all are doing fine up there. Davis, hope you're behaving, all right? Yeah, behave a good boy as always. Nice. It is well with my soul. Yeah. Miss Isaac, Randy Isaac's mom, good morning to you. Always locked on. Randy is back. Hey Randy, have you been lately? Lovely. Uding and the family, good morning to Hallop. Yeah, Hallop, yeah, I think I have it right. It's Waddup and Hallop, yeah, Waddup, Hallop, yeah. That's in Marquee. Good morning, Marquee. Good. Let's see what's the word of the day today. That word of the day today is yearn. Yearn. Y-E-A-R-N. Yearn. I'm certain you heard that word before. I yearn for a tasty all down. The way my grandmother cooked it. The only thing about that is that I can cook it as well now because she taught me well. Yeah, yearn. Y-E-A-R-N. To long for something. That's what it means. To long for something. I yearn for real friends. You know what I'm saying? Real, genuine friends. Here's how we can use that word in a sentence. He yearned to travel and see the world. Yearn. Y-E-A-R-N. To long for something. Debbie, good morning to you and the family. Kitty Cat, Ariel, Alwyn. Good morning. Mama Can again. Tammy and family. Mommy Lyris, good morning. Muyaki and family. Oh my goodness, be strong, bro. Rastiba and family. I want to get some real good cocoa. Locally made cocoa so I can make some cocoa tea. Yeah, Dr. Francis Martin, good morning to you. Dr. Keith Johnson, Dr. Bernard, Dr. Hensley Baptiste, Dr. Dolan Noel and family. Good morning. Dr. Granger, Dr. Belfon, yeah, all the medical practitioners and miracle workers, man. Good morning to you. Lauren Salem, good morning to you and the folks in Hermitage. Kalalu, good morning. The Joseph and the John families up there. The Burke family in Hermitage, good morning. The Mason family, Rachel and everybody. Nice. Carrico and Petey Martinique, good morning to you. Yeah, I know you're panicky and you're antsy at the moment, but God is good. He took care of you then, He'll take care of you now. Just hold the faith. My brethren Batman, good morning to you. Turn kayak on us, yeah? Send back with boy. We miss him. Lovely, lovely. The motivational tip comes up next. Nadisha's segment. Good morning, Miss B, and all the wonderful folks in Cafe. Dr. Coy and Dr. Nichols and St. Patrick, good morning, good morning, good morning. Uncle Teely, good morning to you. Celebrate small wins. Now, every accomplishment, no matter how small, deserves acknowledgement. It fuels motivation to keep going. Yeah, you know, a lot of times you want to be a millionaire today, but sometimes you feel much better if you can look at how you progressed to becoming that wealthy person. So celebrate. Could we put it up again, please? Yeah, celebrate small wins. Yeah, you gotta do that. You gotta do that. Celebrate small wins. It is well. 20 minutes on to 7 Tuesday morning. It's the 8th day of July. And thank him. Pastor Stanford Simon, good morning to you. Now the organizers, right? The organizers of events, you know, it's important that you be very, very considerate and mindful, and the relevant authorities involved too. There have been some complaints, all right? There was an event in Marion sometime over the weekend, and that event went up to like 5 in the morning, and the noise, you know, all the way up, you know, Confa and surrounding areas, people were complaining that up to 5 o'clock in the morning they couldn't sleep because it was vibrating and pounding on their windows and doors. There's nothing wrong. It's the season for that. Nothing wrong with that. You're being industrious, you're celebrating and so forth, but you have to be considerate. All right, you have to be considerate and take into consideration, one, there are elderly people in the communities as well. There are those who are ill. There are those who need their rest. So while you're jollificating, it's unfair to prevent someone else who wants to sleep and rest from doing so. I think the relevant authorities should really look into that, especially if you're going to have events in populated areas. You know, consideration must be given to everyone. Let it be a symbiotic relationship where everybody benefits. You benefit, and the other people who don't want to party and fet could benefit from their rest. And you know, and you understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you got to do that. Not bashing anybody, you know, just saying that we need to be considerate in the things that we do. Yeah. What's buzzing this morning? Buzzing. All right, buzzing this morning. A closure road closed off, right? They closed up that road because of some unforeseen circumstances, some land slippages and so forth. All right, that's one. Then we also hear that Motley, that's Mia Motley, Prime Minister of Barbados, she calls for CARICOM blue tick to combat fake news and AI misuse. And AI in that case means artificial intelligence. Caribbean civil society urges CARICOM to impose arms embargo on Israel. In the region, Barbados had a scabies outbreak. Well, that was at a geriatric hospital, but it's now under control. Internationally, 11 killed after Kenya police shoot at anti-government protesters. And in sports, our hero, Andre Fletcher, well, he's blazing 118 ends Night Riders campaign on a high, and it derailed Unicorns for the top 2 bid. We've got these stories coming up right after these messages. Don't you go anywhere. It's Good Morning Grenada for today.
You gotta thank the Lord. Thank the Lord.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
And this is a GBN Morning News for today, Tuesday, 8th July 2025. Coming up in the news, Clogier Road closed off. And Motley calls for CARICOM blue tick to combat fake news and AI misuse. And the Caribbean Civil Society urges CARICOM to impose arms embargo on Israel. In the region, Barbados, scabies outbreak at geriatric hospital under control. Internationally, 11 killed after Kenya police shoot at anti-government protesters. And in sports, Fletcher's blazing 118 ends Night Riders campaign on a high and derails Unicorns to our top 2 bid. We've got the details to these and more after these messages.
Grenada for decades. We are the #1 and largest electrical supplier.
Hi, welcome to Sunny Electrical. How may I help?
We offer electrical wire accessories, tools, and appliances for all residential, commercial, and industrial applications, which is what we are known for. And we expanded our products with new innovative ways to modernize your home. New homeowners will be captivated in our lighting showrooms.
Some pendant lights here. These are very multifunctional because they can work for kitchens, living rooms, bedrooms.
We have a wide selection of lighting, ranging from indoor to outdoor and solar. We are also available for site visit services to assist you with selecting the perfect light for your forever home. We are located at Dusty Highway in Grenada and St. George. Southern Electrical. Best value, expert advice, quality products. We hope to see you soon.
Good Tuesday morning, everyone. With the details, I am Gordon Joseph. The public is advised that the Closure Road in the vicinity of the Closure Retaining Wall project between Mount Felix Junction and St. Mary's Junction has been temporarily closed due to a collapsed section of the roadway, rendering it impassable. This closure will remain in effect until further notice to facilitate the establishment of a bypass route and to ensure public safety. What began as a relatively small construction project quickly turned into a much larger challenge after a small crack in the road rapidly developed into a significant land slippage in early June. At that time, the road was still passable via one single lane. Due to the latest major slippage, the road has been closed off, so please be guided accordingly. Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, is calling for a CARICOM authentication process mechanism. Let me take that over. Prime Minister of Barbados, Mia Mottley, is calling for a CARICOM authentication process mechanism to tackle fake news and the misuse of artificial intelligence, or AI, since platform providers are not doing enough to ensure information is truthful. She made the appeal during her remarks at the opening ceremony at the 49th regular meeting of the Conference of Heads of Government of CARICOM at the Montego Bay Convention Center in St. James, Jamaica on Sunday. Prime Minister Mottley has emphasized the growing threat of fake news and the misuse of artificial intelligence, warning that these issues can incite fear and panic among citizens. She urged CARICOM to establish a regional validation mechanism to counter misinformation, especially in the absence of stronger efforts by platform providers to verify the truth. Mottley cautioned that failure to act could jeopardize the stability of regional democracies. Supporting her call, she cited two recent incidents of disinformation in Barbados. One falsely claiming the country had banned former current president Donald Trump, and another fabricating non-existent travel advisories. She noted that responding to such falsehoods has become a near daily task for regional governments and proposed the creation of a CARICOM blue tick system to authenticate credible information across the community. Over 40 civil society organizations and notable individuals from across the Caribbean have issued an open letter urging CARICOM leaders to impose a comprehensive arms embargo on Israel. The letter calls for bold measures, including a full military embargo, halting arms-related shipping, and suspending diplomatic, cultural, and sporting ties with what they describe as a rogue state. The signatories also demand a ban on the use of CARICOM-flagged vessels from transporting weapons or dual-use goods to Israel, and the suspension of diplomatic relations with Tel Aviv. Additionally, they urge CARICOM to support legal action against Israel at the International Court of Justice, the ICJ, and the International Criminal Court, the ICC, including backing South Africa's genocide case. The letter calls for participation in the upcoming emergency meeting of the Hague Group in Bogota, Colombia, later this month to coordinate legal and diplomatic responses. This appeal came just before the 49th CARICOM Heads of Government meeting, scheduled to be taking place now in Montego Bay, Jamaica. The coalition emphasized that while many issues are on the summit's agenda, Israel's actions in Gaza require urgent attention. The letter reflects a growing international demand for accountability and urges Caribbean nations to uphold international legal standards. The authors argue that the region's legacy of anti-colonialism and solidarity with oppressed peoples makes such action a moral imperative. And finally, a meaningful gesture from abroad is bringing renewed hope and critical support to Carriacou's healthcare system. 13 hospital beds, 10 vital signs monitors, and an electric hoist were officially handed over to the Princess Royal Hospital during a brief, heartfelt ceremony held recently on the island. The donation came courtesy of Carriacou Cares Inc., a U.S.-based non-profit organization founded in 2018 by a family with deep generational roots in Carriacou. Since its inception, the organization has remained steadfast in its mission to give back to the island's healthcare system through donations of essential medical equipment and supplies. Speaking at the handover, Minister for Carriacou and Petite Martinique Affairs and Local Government, the Honorable Tevin Andrews, described the gesture as a shining example of what can be achieved when the diaspora remains connected and committed to national development. Also present at the ceremony was acting matron of Princess Royal Hospital, Miss Endeavour McLaren, who warmly welcomed the much-needed equipment. She emphasized that the beds and monitors will significantly strengthen the hospital's ability to care for patients, especially as Carriacou continues to navigate the evolving demands of healthcare. This act of kindness reminds the nation that even from miles away, the spirit of giving and unity remains strong. That brings us to the end of the local segment of news, the regional and international developments, along with the sports and the weather. They are straight ahead.
Go. Go.
In the region, Barbados scabies outbreak at a geriatric hospital is under control. We have more in this OCM News report.
Barbados' Chief Medical Officer, Dr. Kenneth George, says the recent scabies outbreak at the geriatric hospital has been brought under control. He told Stockholm News that the last recorded case was almost 3 weeks ago. While acknowledging the discomfort scabies can cause, Dr. George assures the public that it posed no major threat and was swiftly contained with proper treatment.
So the last case was on the 17th of June. That was our last new case. So we have gone close to 3 weeks without any new cases of scabies. I expected this to happen because it is a treatable condition which it doesn't have any public health significance. It causes a lot of discomfort to individuals, but the spread can usually be contained with effective treatment. So let me thank the staff at the geriatric hospital for their cooperation in the process. I knew a few of them were not happy, but I think we can report that the outbreak is over.
Health officials have since reviewed infection control protocols at the hospital, which is set to relocate to a new facility in Waterford. In Jamaica, General
11 people, that's looking further afield. 11 people have been killed nationwide during anti-government protests in Kenya on the 35th anniversary of a pro-democracy uprising, the country's police has said. The statement from the police on Monday added that 52 police officers had been injured. Police fired live rounds and water cannons at protesters in the capital, Nairobi, as hundreds of people demonstrated in the city, with some blowing whistles while they marched amid heavy police deployment. People rally each year on July 7th to mark the date in 1990 when Kenyans demanded a return to multi-party democracy after years of autocratic rule by then-President Daniel Arap Moi. Israel and Hamas are set to hold indirect talks in Qatar for a second day aimed at securing a ceasefire and a captive deal in Gaza ahead of a meeting between Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and U.S. President Donald Trump in Washington, D.C. The latest round of negotiations on the war in Gaza began on Sunday in Doha, aiming to broker a deal on a truce and the release of captives in exchange for Palestinian prisoners. The U.S. president said a deal could be reached this week. Monday morning saw a dip in the value of Tesla shares as President Trump continues to exchange barbs with the car maker's CEO Elon Musk. Relations between the two men have become frayed since Musk went public with his misgivings about Trump's signature piece of budget legislation, which he calls the One Big Beautiful Bill. The bill includes a $5 trillion increase in the debt ceiling, the limit on how much the federal government can borrow. It is also projected to add $3.3 trillion to the national debt. Musk has zeroed in on that point to argue that the bill is fiscally irresponsible. In recent months, he has mused about funding a third party to run against Democratic and Republican candidates. And finally, on the international scene, 12 Turkish soldiers have died after inhaling methane gas during a mission in northern Iraq, the Turkish Ministry of National Defense said. Four other of our heroic comrades in arms affected by methane gas have died, bringing the total number of victims to 12, the ministry said in a post on X on Monday. According to it, the incident took place on Sunday as troops searched for the remains of a soldier killed by fighters belonging to the Kurdistan Workers' Party, the PKK, in 2022. PKK has been labeled a terrorist group by Turkey, the European Union, and the United States. It fought for Kurdish autonomy for years, a fight that has been declared over now. That has been the morning's regional and international news. Stay with us. The sporting highlights are straight ahead. Good morning, sporting fans. Andre Fletcher, Grenada's loved Andre Spiceman Fletcher. Well, he signed off Major League Cricket 2025 in style, cracking a scintillating 118 to lead the Los Angeles Knight Riders to a thrilling 11-run victory over the San Francisco Unicorns in the final league game at Lauderdale on Sunday. It was only Knight Riders' second win of the tournament, but it proved to be a decisive blow to the Unicorns' hopes of a top two finish, condemning them to third place and a spot in the eliminator. Fletcher, who brought off his second century of the tournament, was at his brutal best, smashing his way to 118 of just 58 balls, laced with an array of punishing strokes that included multiple sixes and boundaries. He shared two vital partnerships, 94 runs with Alex Hales, who scored 58 of 26 balls, and 97 with Sherfin Rutherford, who scored 49 of 28 balls, as the Knight Riders pile up a mammoth 243 for 3 in a rain-shortened 19 overs innings. The carnage began early, with Knight Riders racing to 76 in the power play without losing a wicket. Hales, finding form at last after a lean stretch, was the early aggressor before Fletcher took full command. Once Hales departed, Fletcher and Rutherford maintained the pressure on the Unicorns' attack, punishing anything loose and finding the boundary with relentless frequency. The assault hit a peak in the 18th over when Fletcher, batting on 79, smashed Brody Couch for 3 sixes and a 4 to surge past 3 figures. He continued the onslaught with 2 more sixes in the final over from Hassan Khan before falling off the last ball of the innings for a spectacular 118. His innings was the bedrock of what became the highest team total at Lauderhill in the tournament, a venue where 188 had previously been the ceiling. In response, the Unicorns fell short, ending on 233. That's all the sports we've got for you now. We'll have more sports during a luncheon edition and, of course, in our primetime newscast. Stay with us. The weather forecast is straight ahead.
Whether you're refreshing a bedroom or giving your home a bold new look, the Color Shop has the perfect paint and tools to make it happen, inside and out. With quality finishes for every surface and accessories to match, we make painting easy from start to finish. Whether it's a DIY weekend or a contractor starting a brand new project, the Color Shop is the trusted choice.
All right, folks, for the latest weather forecast, we join forecaster Andre Charles at the forecast desk at the MBIA. Good morning, Andre.
Good morning to you and to listeners of GBN. And here's weather for today, Tuesday, the 8th of July, 2025. Currently, it's cloudy. Winds are from the east at 6 miles per hour. Barometric pressure, 16.2 millibars. That's above normal and rising. Present temperature 25.6 degrees Celsius, relative humidity 90%. Yesterday's maximum temperature 30.7 degrees Celsius. Last night's minimum 25 degrees Celsius. Over the past 24 hours, 5.2 millimeter of rainfall was recorded, which brings the total for the month to 19.2 millimeters. Now to have a look at the forecast for today and tonight. Today we expect some partly cloudy, becoming cloudy at times conditions with light to moderate showers mainly during the morning. Maximum temperature 31 degrees Celsius. Winds easterly to east southeasterly at 10 to 20 miles per hour, gusting higher at times. Seas moderate, waves 4 to 6 feet in open waters. Tides to be low at 8:45 a.m. and high at 2:45 p.m. Sunsets today at 6:36, rises tomorrow at 5:48. Just a repeat of the forecast for today and tonight. Partly cloudy, becoming cloudy at times with light to moderate showers mainly during the morning. Maximum temperature 31 degrees Celsius. I'm Andre Charles, report from the office. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Andre. Have yourself a wonderful day now.
Thanks, same to you.
Folks, the weather forecast came to you with the kind compliments of Rennick & Thompson Company Limited.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's now 6 minutes after 7 o'clock. To end the news, a recap of the headlines. Closure Road closed off. Motley calls for CARICOM blue tick to combat fake news and artificial intelligence misuse. Caribbean civil society urges CARICOM to impose arms embargo on Israel. In the region, Barbados, scabies outbreak at geriatric hospital under control. Internationally, 11 killed after Kenya police shoot at anti-government protesters. And in sports, Fletcher's blazing 118 ends Night Riders campaign on a high and derails Unicorns' top 2 bid. That has been the morning edition of news for today, Tuesday, July 8th, 2025. On behalf of the entire news department, I am Gordon Joseph, thanking you for viewing and listening, wishing you a productive day, and extending that invitation to you to stick and stay with the network, because we are with you anywhere and everywhere. Reminding you also that the traffic report comes up in 2 minutes' time. Stick and stay with us.
World, and we all know the saying, Time is money. Meet Candace and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candace is in a rush. Off to the bank. Again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic. Or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candace? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candace? Yup, still waiting. Candace could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is...
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinaire Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Mobility, a common theme woven into the very fabric of human history. From ancient wanderers to modern explorers, our instinct to move, to seek something greater, and to grow has always driven us forward. Imagine a journey into pathways of boundless opportunities and endless possibilities. A collective future where the vibrant rhythms of the Caribbean, rich culture, and welcoming community create unforgettable experiences. Beyond citizenship by investment, we believe in our collective investment of time, resources, and energy that fosters innovation, creates jobs, and enriches lives, driving the growth of an entire nation. The Investment Migration Agency Grenada boasts over a decade of exceptional service and remains committed to guiding you toward global mobility and economic freedom through investment. Your journey becomes our shared story of progress and prosperity. This is an invitation to be part of something greater, something enduring. Begin your journey at imagrenada.gd. IMA Grenada. Unlock the possibilities.
Calling the CARICOM community, assembling global Africa, the 4th edition of the Afri-Caribbean Trade Investment Forum. Active 2025 is coming to St. George, Grenada, this 28th to 29th July. Join government and business leaders, investors, and trade and finance institutions to explore the theme, Resilience and Transformation, Enhancing Africa-Caribbean Economic Cooperation in an Era of Global Uncertainty. Be there as we stand together to strengthen our commercial ties, to promote shared trade and investment opportunities, and unlock prosperity for Africa, the Caribbean, and the wider diaspora. The 4th Afri-Caribbean Trade and Investment Forum. Reserve your place now at active2025.com.
All right, folks, it's now 13 minutes after 7 o'clock. At this time, I join Corporal Troy Paul at the Traffic Department of the RGPF. Good morning, Corporal Paul.
Good morning to you and also to your listeners. It's that time of the day where we bring to you, the listeners, especially our drivers, the traffic update for Tuesday. Happy am I to report it is rather relatively quiet in most of the streets, roads, and every nook and cranny of Grenada at the moment. The traffic right now is, our streets are with little to no vehicular traffic at the moment in most of the areas reported, and I am happy to report that. As it expects to get a little bit heavier as we get closer to the 8 o'clock hour as per usual. We just want to encourage persons that they drive safely. This morning, we do not have any obstruction. One minor accident is happening now in Grenada by the traffic light, but that accident is not causing any obstruction. But still, we want drivers to be cautious when they drive along the road. The road is a bit wet. We had a little rain this morning, which would cause our roads to be a bit slippery. The drivers, we want you to take your time, and we want drivers to also maintain the tires. It is very, very crucial, especially when you drive in these conditions. We are already in the rainy season, so we expect rain from time to time. We also had a weather system, so we want to encourage drivers. The little things that you do which would cause road safety along our roads would be great. Even having proper wipers, especially when you're driving over Granite Tank, make sure that your lights, especially in the night, their high beam and so on, are working so that you can have good visibility while driving in the night. The accident state for the past 24 hours, we had a total of 10 minor accidents, and all those 10 accidents were in the south of the island, within the Grand Nance area, within the Granite Tank, to the Point Seven areas. And it is a lot for the south of the island, so we want to encourage drivers again to please be vigilant while you drive. Put down the cell phones, drive within the speed limit, maintain your tires, do not drive too close to the vehicle that is in front of you, and please obey all traffic signs and signals, because what we want you to do, we want you to arrive alive. And that will be all for our traffic update this morning. As I stated, it's a quiet one where we do not have any obstruction, and we do not have one minor accident in the town of Grenville, but it is not causing any obstruction. And we want drivers to drive safe. And the question we ask every day, if you're texting, who's driving? Who's driving? Corporal Paul, thank you very much for your comprehensive report, and we look forward to another one if the good Lord spare our lives tomorrow morning. And the best wishes go out to your team at the traffic department, and by extension the rank and file of the RGPF. Thank you. Thank you very much, and you have a blessed day. Have a good one. Folks, at 16 minutes after 7, that concludes the traffic report for this morning. We take a quick commercial break. When we come back, the beauty in the conversation is on.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
It's all vibes. Yo, it's your boy Kofi MIV, also known as Mr. Is a Vibes. Bigging up GBN, Spice Up the Carnage. I will be taking part. That is on the 25th of July. That is the day before my birthday. And you know something? We telling them, nah, nanny boo boo, I don't want to hear you. Every time you see me, you're fretting up your face and damn screw. Try to tell me I should be a Vando, mash up a fet too. Well, I go tell you now. What we going on do? We go break down fence and anything that we see. So nobody that come discriminating we. Come be mad and sick. Oh gosh, it's our vibes.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Shop with confidence at Quartz. Get the lowest prices guaranteed. Get appliances, furniture, electronics, and so much more. If you find a lower price on any other products elsewhere, we'll match the price. Plus, we'll give you back 110% of the difference. Shop with confidence only at Quartz. Bringing value home. Special conditions apply.
It's a busy world, and we all know the saying, time is money. Meet Candice and Oliver. They both have busy days ahead. Let's see how that goes. Candice is in a rush, off to the bank, again. Oh, looks like she didn't plan for traffic, or this long line either. Now let's check in on Oliver. His morning starts a little differently. Using his phone, Oliver makes a peer-to-peer transfer and pays his bills, all while having his morning coffee. At the store, Oliver checks his finances with online banking. Candice? Still waiting. Back to Oliver. He stops at the bank to meet his loan officer. While waiting, he schedules a payment and makes a wire transfer. Wondering about Candice? Yup, still waiting. Candice could be like Oliver if she uses Co-op Bank's e-solutions. Make your day easier with Co-op Bank's swift, simple, and secure e-banking platform. Bank on your terms, from anywhere, at any time. Click, tap, done. Banking just got easier.
Welcome home.
Good morning, everyone. It's 22 minutes after 7 o'clock. Welcome to the conversation this morning. And of course, I call it the beauty morning because I'm not in the midst of, I wish I was the cheese and the sandwich. Unfortunately, I'm one of the slice of bread, you know. So we're talking beauty and wellness this morning. I am joined by three beautiful ladies, as you can see. To my extreme right is Miss Melissa Jones-Gittens. She is the president of the Grenada.
No, she's not. No.
She's not. Okay. Well, you all will get it. I don't want to comment myself any further. So, all right. So to my extreme right is Miss Melissa Jones-Gittens. To her left is Miss Tricia Thomas.
President.
The president, yeah. All right, so I took the note wrong. And to my immediate right is my good friend, Miss Surana Regis. Ogis. Where I put Regis? Okay. Yeah, good, nice, no problem. But it's all good. Ladies, welcome. And the topic this morning, it's a very interesting topic, and I think it's very timely for more reasons than one. All right, beauty and wellness. This is the season where people, we usually say it in song, gay abandon, don't care. I was driving through Grenada on Sunday in the hot sun, and I saw what could have been a beautiful lady with just her underclothes and her bra in tar in the hot sun. And I'm saying, I wonder if she knows what she's doing to her skin. All that comes under beauty and wellness, I hope.
It does, but that's for another conversation, and that what you're implying is really relative, because you're seeing tar and you think that because she's in tar that she probably would have skin damage. That is a relative conversation that we can get very scientific with, that I really, where I sit, I can defend.
So the tar is not really damaging to the skin?
She's actually wearing a lubricant that actually has already sealed off the skin. So again, there's a lot of technicalities, and it's a larger conversation that we can have.
So we need a
I would love to come, because I'll be honest with you, I will defend the jab. I will. And I will defend all the contents of it and getting even the preparation. So, as I would say, it's a larger topic, and we can dive into it another time.
You notice I put in a marking here. I have to call you back. Yeah, we have to have that conversation, because there are different schools of thoughts on it.
There is.
So
there is.
I would really like to get my ignorance rearranged as it relates to that.
Yes.
Okay? So, all right. Now, beauty and wellness. All right, the Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association. That sounds nice. It sounds awesome. It sounds wonderful. What is it all about? What is this association all about?
Well, good morning to all listeners, both on radio and TV, persons in the diaspora. We'd like to take this opportunity, first and foremost, to say thank you for having us on GBN. To get across what we're here to speak about. The Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association is an association. We're young, just formed, and we're an association that we came together as a group of beauty professionals to encourage other beauty professionals to be a member of a body. A body that is looking forward to putting, quote unquote, us in order. For years, it's been years, I know the oldest hairdresser on island still. And we've had lots of little bodies and failed things that came up in the past. But this new era, we're taking a stand where there's so much going on in the world of beauty and wellness. And we in Grenada, we would love to be part of that larger institutionalized body where our professionals that are practicing here can be a part of an organization that is a professional one.
I'm happy how you make that merger and cohesion, beauty and wellness, because you could be beautiful as the morning sun but unwell. So that merger of beauty and wellness is of paramount importance.
Well, it's again relative, because beauty, most people would see all of us here, yes, and we are beautiful. But beauty in the construct, not just the physical what you see. Your beauty really and truly starts internal, right?
Lovely.
And it is projected, and hence the wellness is always attached to it. I mean, most people who know the three of us, it's not, we are in the industry doing our various different things, but I can tell you, in each respect, the wellness is the largest part of the beauty. Because, for instance, Sarana here has been a massage therapist for years. However, she has totally reconstructed the organic industry of making soaps. You know, for years we go and we buy a palm olive, we buy an Irish Spring, and we forget that Kakabeke by the River is a product, an original indigenous ingredient that the US, Canada, Europe have in products. And Sarana came on board and started using turmeric and kakabeke and coconut and soy milk and goat milk, and she created, and I would say the dynamic with Sarana starting her soap products. You see many other artisans, they came up after her. Right? That was the wellness side of it, because our grandmothers that went by the river to wash, why do you think they bathed in the river before they came home? That kakabeke has all the cleansing ingredients to bathe, and you came home nice and fresh. Alongside, you know, everybody have the myth about what is blue soap, and people tell you, well, I'm taking a blue soap bath, but only because I went back to school and understand the scientific value of how soaps are made. What did that company have in that blue soap that our older parents chose to bathe with it? That's what people don't know. You only hear the context and people say, hey, I have to cover myself and I go bathe with my blue soap. But it's what is in that blue soap that helped our skin. So we put beauty and wellness into that category, and we must have them together always, because you cannot move with beauty and not wellness.
Well, let me just hint to you, right? It's over a year now that I don't use this Irish Spring and this olive thing, because I went to a good friend of mine's store and I got some soap. Not soap, but the bathing thing that you...
the body wash?
You remember?
Vegan.
Yeah.
The vegan body wash.
And you see how my face looks almost glowing. Yeah, I use my charcoal and everything.
And now we have vegan makeup on the market.
Well, the makeup part I know about, but you know.
Yes.
But I want to get you interject, because I mean, you've got a line of products that really transformed my thoughts on certain things.
I like the word transformed. Yeah, so I'm Melissa Jones-Gittins from HD Lady Makeup. You will know on Facebook and all over social media. I want to thank everyone for the opportunity to be here. And I wanted to interject, Innocent, because I like the word transform that you use. And it's not just a physical transformation that we're talking about. Now, the Beauty and Wellness Association contains a wide range of professionals that are very powerful and empowering to our population. Right? We're speaking about emotional wellness. We're speaking about mental wellness. So many persons come into our spas and in our salons, pouring out so much to us, right? So it is what I would say therapeutical. And I want to highlight the fact that most of these professionals, yes, we play a large part in terms of economic benefits to our economy, but also for the emotional wellness and everything, the confidence and growth of our working population and our population as a whole. And one thing I want to highlight, one observation, is the fact that our demographic contains mostly women.
Sad.
And yeah, it's not really sad, but it is the association, the industry allows for a lot of women to empower themselves economically. And the whole aim of the association is to unify all of these professionals. I heard you say you're not seeing men, but we have a lot of barbers and other professionals like massage therapists and so that are men as well, right? And we want to say that this association allows for these independent professionals, right? You know that we are always stronger together, to come together as one and to form one unifying voice, right? You may be aware that the government is now implementing measures for us to obtain our license to practice. This association is vouching to be that stronghold, that voice that would advocate on the behalf of all of these independent professionals, right? It will allow for the growth and development of each of these professionals, because in our plans we have plans for things like business development, growth and development in your respective professions, right? We have many opportunities maybe for exposures like expos, and maybe Trisha and Sarana could maybe interject here and say some of the things that we hope to offer the members and to make them realize that on your own, right? On your own, you will not be as strong as being together. We do not want a million associations because this one cannot agree with that one and that one. We want to come together as one and do it professionally and represent globally and be respected nationally. That is what we're vouching for here. And that's the sort of objective this Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association we have started, and we want others to join, right, to form a stronger voice so that we can have a well-respected group of professionals, because we make a very sound and substantial contribution to Grenada.
This is great news, and I see no reason why anyone who is in that field out there wouldn't gravitate to that association. I mean, let me just personalize a bit. In February or March thereabout, I was brought to Las Vegas, where the World Tea and Beverage Expo was being held. And what I saw there, over 13,000 tea and beverage professionals from around the world converge in a convention center. And when you hear this sort of things, you think about is big, people in tight jackets and so forth. The ordinary men that are men and women who are operating little tea bars in Argentina and so forth. And of course, Grenada, we had the Bayleaf Tea Company representing, showing off our soursop and cocoa and everything like that. But when you look at the force that the organization of that entity created, it's important that if everybody in that industry comes under one umbrella, you will have not just local and regional but international impacts and collabs and everything that will just augur well for your organization.
That's it.
It's really and truly what we're really trying to achieve, and we want people to understand that in truth and fact. So for instance, just as what you said, there are many organizations in Europe, Canada and the US that have a standardized way for the industry. Here in the Caribbean, we're still struggling to get ourselves in formal order. And we are now here trying to tell you, get on board, join our association, because with a voice and a larger grouping of us, we can then channel and invest in our people differently. I mean, for instance, there's an institution, a large international institution called CIDESCO. It is one of the international organizations that a young person can get qualified through. right? And you're recognized internationally. So you could have been in Australia, you could have been in India, you could have been in England, and you could have gone to an accredited school, but you end up having a CDESCO certificate. Anywhere in the world, you are respected, right? These people will not speak to 5 individual persons coming to CDESCO. We are here trying to get ourselves formalized, trying to get professionals in the industry to come on board, that we can approach people like that. We have younger ones wanting to come into the industry, and we want to be able to guide them appropriately. We've been challenged in the past with a lot of issues, right? Issues that are now burning issues on the table, where we are fighting for. And we're not fighting for individual people, right? We are here as individuals and members of the executive of a grouping, but our mindset is larger than that. We have to look at the industry professionals that are already working, and we have to look to guide those who want to come into the industry. So we're saying, get on board. I mean, we really want to tap into the barbers. A lot of our barbers, our brothers or cousins, and our barbers are talented, right? And as you said, you haven't seen a guy with us this morning because all our brothers are out there thinking, it's a group of ladies. They're going to talk about lipstick. I don't have time for that. Anything. But listen, barbering is not just a talent. It is an art and a skill and a profession that, just as somebody doing a massage in a spa, you have to take standardized principles and ethics into your work. Like, I mean, most of our barbers, they don't have a sink in the barbershop. But it's one of the standards you're meant to have. You're meant to be able to offer a gentleman a shampoo before you cut. You tell the guys, wash your hair before you come here, Mr. Man. Don't come with grease in your hair, Mr. Man. My tools doesn't work. But why are you not having a shampoo basin at your establishment?
Which in itself could add value to their service.
It does. Yes. So all these little things, we as a grouping, we want to really, the chief objective here is to educate, is to create that advocacy for growth and development for the professionals.
I want to bring Serena has been very silent. I want to get Miss Serena's take on that after, I know you have a wealth of knowledge and experience bubbling in there for you to be taking the kaka baking and all this thing and making it into, resensitizing our people, because I remember vividly my grandmother, sometimes we go to the Dunfermline River and when we finish, she pull the leaves and give me a scrub, and I say, in my mind I say, I'm super and scarce, not realizing she was doing me a good. So your take on this. Firstly, the importance in your view, because as you're right, as it was said already, you all come from your individual enterprises, but it's all within the beauty and wellness industry, and you all want to create this collage that will act as the umbrella body for all beauticians and people in this sort of industry. So your take.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, the pleasure is all mine.
My name is Serena Otis. I'm the Vice President of the Beauty and Wellness Association. I've been a practicing massage therapist for the last 17 years. So, and again, just to highlight you the natural product. Our skin is the largest organ on our body, right? And what we put on our body is important for overall health, right? So basically, just to highlight that. But again, coming together as an association, the core reason for that is to bring, as Trisha mentioned earlier, to bring everyone together. We are stronger in numbers. We were challenged not too long with a bill, right, by the government of Grenada. And there was a lot of issues that was raised and concern that was raised by our people. And we decided as women that we will come together because there is no unity in this industry, right? Because everybody's separated. The government don't want to hear one individual person, right? So when we joined forces was to understand, you know, the setbacks, what was causing the noise, and to educate ourselves. Because first there was no education given to us or no information altogether, you know, why we should become licensed and whatnot. We have no objection about being licensed. We understood, after educating ourselves, we realized we agree that the license is necessary. We need to have structure in this industry because we have people just doing all kind of things. As Trisha mentioned, that you will go to a barber shop, they don't have a sink. You have some people poor ventilation in the room. Like you do a nail, you're supposed to have a window, at least one window, where you can get proper ventilation. So we notice all these things, and we say, you know what, how best that we come in as an association that we can able to assist our members in proper hygiene, just to have, you know, to make sure that there is standard in the industry. So somebody into natural product, I know the importance. When I make it myself, I know hygiene is top tier. Make sure everything is sanitized. Being a practitioner over the years, there's a certain way that I will have myself, because you don't want people getting sicknesses and, you know, illnesses coming to you. So
let me ask this. All right. What I'm gathering is that the push for the standardization of the organization and the industry, are you getting some pocket pushbacks from individuals in the industry?
We have some pushbacks because I think we have older ones, and I don't, you know, a lot of times people can take confidence from different people and think it can be overpowering. We do have pushback, I think, from lack of understanding from persons in not understanding why we should be formalized and have standards and follow ethics. We also have pushback from persons who may not have gone the proper educational route to get to where they are working, because we do have a lot of individuals in the professions working who are not certified. And I think now that the association plus the new bill that the government has brought on board, which the association is telling you, get on board with us so that we can channel all our energies to proper educate you as how you're going to be factored into that bill that is being launched. We are getting pushed back with people who they're fearful of why they need to be part of an association. And in that way, it's coming across as if, do I want to be part of this? Or is this girl and them alone? They're already at a big place already. They're at a salon, they're doing that thing. I don't want to be part of that. And then you have the older ones who are, they're supposed to be bigger aunties and saying, go girls, we need that. And saying, all this years I work, I don't have time for that.
I'm almost out.
Same thing. I'm almost out. And we're saying to everybody, this is not just about you sitting back and not being part of. If you are a practitioner in Canada, you will have to be a licensed practitioner under a body, whoever you're going to fall under. If you're in everybody who knows some of the most popular nail techs that leave New York and come to the Grenada in the summer to give you the hot up nails, ask them. You think they come to Grenada and they're working blase, but the salons that they're working in New York, they know they have their license. They have their license, that's why they're working. They have to sit the state board license to have it. So in the case of where we're challenged, We have to go through a licensing process now. We have a subtle issue with the process.
Okay.
But we're not opposed to being licensed.
Okay. Tell you what, ladies, we ought to take a commercial break, folks. It's the conversation this morning. I'm speaking with the members of the executive of the Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association, Miss Tricia Thomas, Miss Sarana Ogist, and Miss Melissa Jones-Gittins. We take a commercial break. We'll be back after these messages. Don't you go anywhere. Don't move a muscle.
Looking to shop online from your favorite stores like Amazon and Shein? With GPC Global, it's never been easier. Get your very own US address and shop from around the world. With GPC Global, you can order the latest trends and must-have items, all delivered straight to Grenada to your closest post office for your pickup. We offer the cheapest rates, and our service is reliable and quick. No more waiting for weeks for your packages. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Join the Grenada Postal family today and start shopping smarter. Visit us online at www.grenadapostal.com or call us on 437-POST. That's 437-7678. GPC Global, your gateway to the world.
Freedom is driven to pursue that passion that keeps you up at night and makes you smile in your sleep. Freedom is bold to embrace the possibilities that can open up your world and conquer new heights. Freedom is fabulous, with bits and pieces that enhance the quality of your life. Freedom is what you do with the flexibility to change path or direction when you need to. Freedom breeds ambition and purpose while having loads of fun along the way. But most of all, freedom is well-deserved for the road traveled and the journey still to come. Unleash your freedom with Nexa Credit Union. Call us on 440-1354 or visit our website to pre-apply. Apply now. Freedom awaits. Terms and conditions apply. Nexa Credit Union, with you wherever your road leads.
Send it on like a Rematon, you know, the original scintillating flamme, the king of drama, breakdown stage, Deuter Hammer, and I'm endorsing Spice of the Carnage 2025. We'll be out from the 25th. I want to see every rags and flags lift. Volcano, chainsaw in Chicago, volcano, mash up stage and mash up show. Send it on.
Like the tune, all the commissioner laughing. You know it's a mistake to tell we don't do it. When they tell we don't do it, it's like they better tell we do it, how we doing it. Yo, fat man, when they telling us don't do that, we doing that. Drink the rubber, don't mash up that.
Attention all divers, snorkelers and underwater enthusiasts. Effective May 15th, 2025, all visitors to the renowned Mullinair Underwater Sculpture Park will be required to pay a small fee of US $3.50 or EC $10 per person. These fees are essential to support the ongoing maintenance and repairs of the sculptures, as well as the development of new features to ensure the park remains a world-class attraction. Payment can be made through the Grenada Tourism Authority's online payment portal, available on the Pure Grenada website, www.puregrenada.com. We thank you for your support in enhancing this extraordinary underwater product. This announcement is brought to you by the Grenada Tourism Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, dedicated to protecting and conserving Grenada's resources for the enjoyment of all.
Welcome back, viewers and listeners, to the conversation. Of course, if you're just joining us, my guests this morning are members of the Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association, Miss Tricia Thomas, the president, Miss Melissa Jones-Gittins, and also Miss Sorana Ogist, the vice president. A question, I'm going to ask it right away because in the interest of time. Okay, the number of membership do you have at the moment, and where are they in terms of certification through the National Training Agency?
As of now, we're currently at 109.
In terms of membership?
Yeah.
Okay, wow. Wow, you're serious? This thing is...
well, it's a big industry, though.
The way you all talking, I thought you all were campaigning to get members. Are you good?
But there's 3,000
There are 3,000 professionals in the industry.
In Grenada?
Yes.
Grenada.
Wow.
So we need to get that number up. 109 is
You're
just
still not well represented.
Okay,
throughout,
so right, in terms of, so you at 109, and in terms of the members that you have in your organization now, as it relates to the certification through the training agency and so forth, how?
Well, that's a twofold thing at the moment. We have members who are certified members, and we have members who are seeking certification. The National Training Agency, or I should say the Grenada National Training Agency, is the certifying body for all skilled individuals in Grenada. So once you're doing anything skilled in Grenada and you're looking for certification, really and truly on the CARICOM, you will go through the Grenada National Training Agency, where our members ourselves have to go through a process. Now, there's a twofold process. If you're just starting out in the industry and you're going through TAMCC or NULO, you will be doing CVQs that will get you certified, right? So a nail tech or a hairdresser, or I think TAMCC has it under cosmetology, and you doing their program, you will be certified under the Grenada National Training Agency. Most people just shorten it and say NTA. However, what we do have taking place at the moment, because we had a shift because of the bill and we had to be licensed, the National Training Agency has taken a stronger input within our industry. So members who really and truly are not certified and have been working in the industry, we have something called whereby you will be assessed based on prior learning. And that assessment is going to be done through the National Training Agency. So basically what they're telling you is you've been a hairdresser, you've been a nail tech for 4 or 5 years or 13 years or 19 years, and you cannot produce a certificate for us to see as part of your licensing process. You can go through assessment through prior learning. They will come to you and they will assess you, and you should get certified in that manner. We, from the association standpoint, we are strongly recommending that people get on board, because we have a strong unit that is preparing for your growth, even much more than what you're being offered now, where you're being offered. Right? Because those of us who have been industry professionals for a long time, we can garner international support and regional support. And I'll tell you, for instance, let's go back to the barbers. We have a barber, a trainer in the region, who is one of the hottest barber trainers in the region, who is going to Brazil and Belize and all over the Caribbean, training young barbers or barbers who have been barbers for many years, getting them certified, right? And these are the people we want to bring to Grenada under our association to have our men as barbers, and the ladies as well. I mean, look at my hair. It's a short crop cut. Not a lot of women can do that because their barbering skills is poor. right? You're not supposed to just use scissors and comb. It's a skill alongside the talent. And with you getting yourself more educated and growing within your skill, the Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association, we're poised to help you, because the plans that we have for the future is big. It's going to be loud.
Okay.
Yeah? And it's all about us being standardized. You know, our government is talking health tourism, sport tourism, beauty tourism, right?
And we have what it takes, you know.
We do.
Because a lot of time people, the average man doesn't know that a lot of international conglomerate representatives come to Grenada scouting for products, you know. Undercover, they come and they test or herbs and shrubs and what we call bushes and so forth. And Grenada is really, really poised to take off in that sort of industry.
Well, I must say that
I was approached recently by an international company to sell my ingredients to them. Natural product.
Wow, that's amazing.
Right?
And did you?
No.
Okay.
Because it's not about money, because at the end of the day, when I sell that product to them, basically I can't produce it anymore. So
you have to protect your integrity just the same.
Of course, yeah. But our talent is already being exported. We have a lot of our beauty practitioners that go out and practice. But besides that, we have a lot of international persons, whether Grenadians in the diaspora or other persons from the international community, coming into our hotels and may not be in the hotels, but they come into our salons and our spas all the time. Almost every day we have persons from outside of Grenada, various countries, not just the traditional UK and Canada and so on, but we have from all over the Caribbean and outside coming into our salons for beauty services.
Right.
Yes.
And that's the importance of it. You know, we want you to be part and parcel of something that you can know that it is of high standard, right?
Yeah.
We want you to know you in your little corner working as a hairdresser. We do not want you to feel substandard. We want you to be able that if you're looking for industry upgrade, you can go on our website or you can find somebody within the organization to say, hey, I want to do XYZ. How can I? Or we ourselves want to be able, because listen, it's very expensive. The challenge that most people have now, why they were not certified, is not that they didn't want to be. It is an expensive venture. Those of us who've done it could tell you it's a bank loan, right?
Like studying medicine.
It is. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
It's a bank loan.
It's an investment you make.
It's an investment, and the reach sometimes is hard for some people. So what has happened for many years is that you have young women, young men, they see the talent, they have the talent, they probably would have worked with an experienced industry person, and then they gone off on their own. Now we're saying, really and truly, that is a risk.
Come home.
You need to be certified, yes, based on the fact that you must respect yourself as an industry professional, knowing you have the standards, knowing that you are doing exactly as any makeup artist. One of our biggest makeup artists in New York is Grenadian, went to Happy Hill School, right? And she does a lot of work. But what makes her different from Melissa? What makes her different from Elan Makeup? What makes her different to any one of these professionals, right? We're saying to the younger ones, and we're saying to you in the industry, get on board, right? Let us try and garner all the support together to face the challenges that is ahead of us and to meet the challenges in a professional manner. Because as we were told, I'll be honest, a a group of us first went to meet the PS, Ministry of Health, PS Bagwan. And he said, well, I really and truly cannot see everybody. The best thing to do is form an association. You will be heard.
That's common sense.
Right?
Yeah.
And likewise, our first Minister of Health never met with us. He never met with us. Never met with us because we were not a unified body.
Yeah.
And based on that fact, when we realized that the said Minister of Health then never acknowledged us, people who we've been in the industry longer than he has been the Minister of Health, and you never even thought that you could have a word with people, we thought, you know what, ladies, let's try our best. And it was about 25 of us sitting in Foxy in one afternoon, and we came together and we decided, you know what, in honor of what we do, let's get together and formally form an association. And we took the proper legal manner. We had a proper accountant on board. We have legal counseling with us. And we went through KIPO, and we have been formally registered with our name, the Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association. Ladies, look forward and look out for the Facebook page. And it's an opportunity for you to post. It's an opportunity, you as a member, you supposed to grow your business. We are here to be part and parcels, mentoring, yes. Right? Okay. I mean, look at the younger ones who are in TAMCC, the younger ones who are in NULO. You're coming out with a certificate. You should be looking forward to in earnest, because we do, even if you're a trainee in NULO or TAMCC, you can become a trainee member of the association. Yes. So I would encourage places like NULO and TAMCC with your students, get on board, send their names through, get them registered, they'll get their cards. We have a membership fee of the start is $150. It's a $30 one-off payment as you starting off, and then we have an annual fee of $120, and that basically gets you to become a member.
Also, there's benefits that comes with a membership. There we have discount at the Gittins Pharmacy, Drug Mart.
Yes, we have a whole lot of other partners. We have Nirvana, we have HD Lady, we have
Hot Chocolate,
a whole host of places. I think SPs and all of these have come on board with us. And just as how we have these partners, we take the opportunity to ask other partners to come on board to offer our members these benefits. And we also take the opportunity to ask the government and all other organizations that are stakeholders to recognize the efforts of the Beauty Association, to recognize the impact we are making and the benefits it can have for all of these entrepreneurs, these persons who are just trying to provide employment for themselves and provide employment for other persons, to help us instead of pulling and fighting against us, and to come on board and respect us as an organization and support our initiatives. As I said before, most of the persons are women, and you know that from statistics worldwide, women are traditionally marginalized financially. A lot of the women are single mothers just trying to make it. So do not fight. Don't put the negative energy. I am calling on all of the persons in the beauty professional industry. Don't fight and pull and tug. Put aside your petty differences and come together as one. Come together and let us make this a well-respected organization that can represent Grenada as a whole, that the rest of the region can look at this organization and take it as an example of something great that we should mimic, right? So you can reach us through our Facebook page. We already have the Grenada Beauty and with the ampersand sign wellness organization on Facebook. You can reach out to any of the members to be added. We have a very active, we have a WhatsApp group, right? We have an email address, and very soon we will be getting a WhatsApp number that we will publish, that you can send your message if you have interest in joining. But right now, with the Facebook page, you can always send a message through Facebook Messenger. And so if you have interest, and or reach out to any one of us to be able to be a part of this beautiful movement. It's young still. Yes, we know we have little teething problems. Yes, we know we're not perfect as yet, but we invite your contribution. We invite your suggestions to make this a very powerful movement.
Well, I want to add, we're calling on all the beauty people to get on board. I would like to make a special call to the government of Grenada to assist the creative economy. That's a big thing under our government, and they're passionate about it. And I want them to see the creativeness in the professionals in this industry, because the creativeness is when, I looking at TV, last year we had Housewives of Atlanta. Were they here?
Yes.
Who did their makeup? Did they come with their makeup artists?
Exactly. I don't know.
Right?
Sure.
They didn't all come with their makeup artists, right? But what I would think our government, I would like to, if any of our government officials out there looking on this morning, for assisting us.
It's not something trivial at all. The beauty is not something trivial.
Assisting us with whatever you can, especially funding. Because what we really and truly want to do is educate our people. And I'm saying education. Yesterday, members of the executive, we are here this morning. Another grouping went to IRD yesterday. A lot of people saw IRD post that every person that is working as a beauty and wellness professional, you have to be tax compliant, right? Again, to our members and to our non-members, please do not take this lightly. The government of Grenada or IRD, they're not trying to tell you they want to know what's in your bank account. This is an initiative the Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association are also fighting for. There are initiatives under our government that can benefit us. But being tax compliant is how you'll get on board. And being a member of the Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association is going to get you better perks. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're fighting for, right? So you want to bring in all your posh equipment. All nail techs now have all the fancy things, all the e-files and all of that. The government of Grenada has things in place where you can get concession. But if you're not tax compliant, lovelies, you're not going to get it. And that's how you're going to be held back. Right? So come on board, be a part of the association. Let us do things the right way. Also, being tax compliant does not mean government just want to know your business. If you want to get a loan to widen your prospect, maybe get a bigger salon. When you go to the bank for a mortgage, you have to show that you're tax compliant.
But even when you're applying for a grant, one of the first things you need to present is your tax ID, right? So it may seem as though it's going to be a lot of money you have to pay. It's not all of that big amount. I think it's 0.5% or something.
It's 0.5%. Yeah. However, many years, the government have in place a security network to protect people who are marginalized as well. So if you're not meeting the threshold, you just need to file.
Okay.
Right?
Yes. So you don't pay anything once you I think it's once you don't cross $6,000.
Once you're not crossing
the first $36,000 you're exempt.
Yes.
Ladies, we've exhausted the time, but the conversation was really meaningful and informational, and I want to make that clarion call on your behalf that all persons within that industry get on board. Is there a contact number you said that they can contact you all through?
We have a Facebook page. It's
Okay.
Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association. We also have a WhatsApp group. If you know of anybody in the association, you can ask them to
include you on the group.
Yes.
All right.
But soon we'll have the WhatsApp number available.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ladies, I wish you all the best. And next time we have a conversation, I want to hear you boasting about the successes that you've had.
Oh, yes.
As it relates to people registering and the association mitigating on behalf of its membership. And I want you all to.
But
to
before we close, there's a grouping that I really want to approach us. We have approached them, but I think as a stakeholder, I think a government must always look after its people. You're here to look after everybody. You're here to look after your people. And this is a grouping of people who people always think is a set of people that don't have sense. They didn't go to school, and a girl just end up learning to paint nails. No. We are educated.
Okay.
We are educated, and we want our government large to take the first stand and embrace us and meet with us and have a good, meaningful conversation that we can collaborate. We also want the insurance companies, right? I mean, everybody is calling you. Why can't the insurance companies have a little fair and meet us? Why can't you invite us to educate us? Right? Because we now have to have insurance as part of the licensing system. So at the end of the day, the collaborative effort is needed, and we're calling on the government of Grenada to assist and help us make this happen, because we make you beautiful. You know that. We make you
and put a good look on Grenada.
Beautiful.
Well, ladies, thank you very much again.
Yes.
And I wish you all the best. And the next conversation would be to highlight your successes. Okay?
That may not be our last conversation, you know.
The next conversation.
We're coming to say, you know what, it was good being on GBN. We thank GBN for having us.
You have to wait till then to say that? You could say that
now? No, we thank GBN for having us, but I still, again, before we end, want to make a clarion call that, ladies, wherever you are, barbers, I mean, we didn't single out the profession, but if I would say, massage therapists, those of you who are in the hotels especially, get on board. Don't think you're in one of the posh places and I don't want to concern myself with these people, with these little people. Get on board. Massage therapists, beauty therapists, those are the people really and truly, you're into facials, you're into massages, you're into nail care, you're into makeup. Right? Barbers, tattoo artists, hairdressers, nail technicians,
estheticians,
all the estheticians. Please, we're making a clarion call. Sarana said where you can find us. Please add yourself to the conversation and make it happen. The Grenada Beauty and Wellness Association, we're waiting to hear from you. And those of us who are already members, we are grateful for all the hard work that is being put forward behind for us.
Thank you, ladies. All the best.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Folks, that's it for the conversation, an extended version thereof. We will be back after this. Don't you go anywhere.